Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, June 13, 2025. With today's full moon in your sign, you might recognize buried feelings. This lunation puts you in the spotlight. You are in demand. Knowing your heart is empowering. There is some tendency to feel restless and possibly unhappy with your current situation, thinking that there is more out there for you. If this inspires you to take action, then it's productive energy, but if it leaves you hanging and listless, then you might want to remind yourself that what you have now may very well be enough for the moment. This full moon can bring about a significant revelation, likely to do with a relationship or your independence, image, or health. A significant culmination can also occur, and it makes sense to adopt a lighter schedule as a result, if possible. Today's Mercury influences can lead you to seek clarity in your interactions and conversations. A relationship can benefit from a meaningful discussion. It's easier to communicate feelings that perhaps were hard to define before today. It's a good time to enjoy your work or duties, particularly if you mix in a pleasant social element. You're in the heavenly spotlight now. One of the most critical periods of the year has arrived for you. A full moon in your zodiac sign, your solar house of identity, will ignite the heavens. All full moons open a doorway to you in the multiple days that surround them, giving you the chance to see how the patterns and plans you've been building in the past 6 months are paying off. Your most personal and essential hopes and plans are being spotlit, especially around love, sex, and romance. If you'd like to make any adjustments, go for it. You're seized by an impulse to go all out when it comes to something that would ordinarily seem too inconsequential to bother with. Follow that instinct. You'll find new success in untapped arenas. You possess a great deal of endurance. At times this endurance lies dormant, fooling others into thinking that nothing's doing, when really an interior journey that will surprise everyone when it is revealed is in the works. Getting in touch with your strength and endurance is not altogether easy. Making it work for you can be a tough process to master. Begin by actualizing yourself on the physical plane. What is your favorite martial art? This could be a helpful tool for you. Welcome to a new day. With the air filled with the essence of and vibration, you're sure to feel ready to handle just about anything when it comes to groups. You're not likely going to want to spend much time alone either. Interacting within group environments, if possible, often suits this day's essence better than anything else. Whatever you have on your agenda today, be sure to do it with as many others as you're able. With this collaboration, you'll accomplish a great deal. Today's full moon in Sagittarius is as important for you as it is for your relationships, and is an important rite of passage in any year. Is a full moon that will bring you to the halfway point in your current solar, and halfway between your last birthday month and the next, is a valuable chance to check in and push the reset button. This is always when the sun is in your relationship sector, and as your own and your relationship needs clash, both you and your relationship benefit from being more aware. A day after Jupiter left your relationship sector, this is a chance for a reset for both you and your relationships. It is during the sun's first full day on his own in your relationship sector after Jupiter left yesterday and Mercury the day before, that he is being confronted by today's full moon in Sagittarius. At the halfway point of each solar, and at some point during the sun's month-long visit to your relationship sector each year, this is an important rite of passage when it comes to knowing what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Aries, your energy today is sharp, but don't cut corners. Quote of the day: speed means nothing without direction. Color: crimson, red, bold and intentional. Lucky numbers: 1, 6, 17. A spontaneous decision may lead to mixed results unless grounded. Let intuition lead, not impulse. Patience with yourself yields better outcomes than rushing ahead. Our eyes in the sky. Here is your in-depth tarot reading for June 13, 2025, and today's energy is rich with possibility, emotional release, and meaningful perspective shifts. The cards pulled are the Empress, 7 of Cups, Knight of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the Sun. Today starts with the Empress, a beautiful reminder of abundance, nurturing, and the creative force that lives in all of us. Whether you've been tending to a literal project or simply trying to show up for yourself with more kindness, the Empress brings assurance that your softness is a strength. This energy invites you to lean into what makes you feel whole, whether it's time in nature, a heartwarming conversation, nourishing food, or even just being present in your body. There's something healing in slowing down and receiving the moment instead of chasing the next. It's often when we allow ourselves to be that inspiration strikes. If you've been neglecting your needs lately or pouring into others more than yourself, this is your invitation to come back to center. Think of it like watering your own roots. Next is the Seven of Cups, a card of choices and dreams, but also illusions. Have you found yourself mentally spinning lately, caught between too many options, second-guessing your decisions, or comparing your journey to others? This card shows up when our imagination is powerful, but our focus is scattered. You may feel drawn to several paths at once, unsure of which one to trust. The good news is, you don't have to have it all figured out today. Instead, what if you picked the option that made you feel most present and alive? Not what seems most practical or impressive, but what resonates in your gut. Give yourself permission to explore without pressure. Sometimes the most unexpected path leads us to where we need to be. Then comes the Knight of Swords, and this is where the tempo shifts. This card brings momentum, clarity, and action, but also a reminder not to rush so fast that we miss the here of what we're chasing. You might get a burst of energy today, a sudden idea, or the urge to speak your truth. Go with it, but also ground yourself. If you've been putting off a conversation or a task because of fear or overthinking, this is your green light to move forward. Think about the last time you acted on instinct and it paid off. You're being called to trust yourself in that same way again. Confidence grows through action. Following that, we meet the Four of Swords, a card of intentional rest. This one's important, especially after the intensity of the night. It's okay to need a breather. In fact, it's necessary. You don't have to earn rest by exhausting yourself first. Whether it's 10 minutes of quiet, a break from social media, or a full day unplugged, this card whispers that your peace is worth prioritizing. Think of it like this: even the strongest trees are still during winter, gathering strength to bloom again. If your mind feels noisy or your heart heavy, take a moment to step back and simply breathe. Stillness isn't stagnation, it's sacred. Finally, we close with the Radiant Sun, one of the most uplifting cards in the tarot. It brings warmth, optimism, and the feeling of finally seeing clearly. This is a card of joy and renewal. If you've been waiting for a sign that brighter days are ahead, this is it. You may receive good news, reconnect with someone who uplifts you, or simply feel a wave of gratitude for how far you've come. Don't underestimate the power of those small joys today, the way the light hits your window, the sound of someone's laughter, or the relief of releasing a burden you didn't know you were carrying. Sometimes it's those little sparks that rekindle our whole spirit. So today, June 13th, brings a reminder that growth isn't always loud, decisions don't have to be perfect, and joy can sneak in even on the days we didn't expect it. You are allowed to bloom gently, act boldly, rest freely, and believe in what's possible for you. Even if you can't quite see the full picture yet, I'd love to know what part of today's reading spoke most deeply to you. Have you been navigating big decisions, or learning how to rest in a fast-moving world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's open a space where we can all reflect, support, and grow together.